Hello, welcome back to the continuation of last episode. We're going to be talking about New Age culture.
Dude, this is like The Walking Dead stuff. Like that was like that was like a cliffhanger, man. You guys they literally had to wait a week to hear like the other half of a sentence.
Yeah, so we're talking about New Age. I call it internet culture. No one, I think some people.
Internet culture is basically,
and how we think it's gonna form the minds of the youth.
Yeah, and so basically this episode we're talking about what this is doing to your brain and what stuff at like Corning Glass on their YouTube channel
Corning
is doing.
Glass?
You've never seen Corning Glass? We'll put a link in the description.
What is it?
They do like smart glass stuff. But like, man, I watched their A Day Made of Glass video when it came out in like 2011. That was awesome.
What is smart? Oh, is smart? No, that's
like
Google
smart.
Glass.
No, that's good. Smart glass is like you know in like like picture. You see this big window right there, or any of these windows?
Yeah.
You know the transition lenses, the glasses that turn into sunglasses when you go outside, like. Electronically, they can do that. They can dim them, so they can add tint to the window so that it reduces the light in the room.
Can it change color?
It probably can change color.
That'd be cool. Having like stained glass.
And like they can do like huge touchscreen displays. Like you could have like a 90-inch television, but you can. It's a touchscreen.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, and stuff like that, and like mirrors and stuff. It will just be
Like
screens. Yeah, it's extremely expensive. But
ooh, okay, so just first as a disclaimer, I think that why we, from this standpoint, have the ability to talk about this, we're kind of uneducated in some senses, you know.
Yeah.
But our connection with the connection with like how, because we're like on the scene, we're like living it every day, seeing how people act,
and the newest stuff is
we kind of know like about the current the current like everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that kind of puts us in a position to talk about it, because I wouldn't want to listen to two uneducated people on the matter.
Yeah,
like if two old men were talking about it, probably wouldn't make. They would probably have different opinions
about it.
And probably more inaccurate ones, I'd say.
Oh, well, harder ones that aren't their reading of the technology we have today would be based on their opinion more than based on what is actually coming out and what's happening.
Yeah, because we have like experience. And I see it like every day.
I just realized that we're dissing old men.
I don't think that's really a demographic for us. But yeah, straight into it. We were talking about last time.
You're talking about how kids that are born with phones in their hands, which I'm going to use a lot now because that was actually pretty good. But kids who are born with phones in their hands, like how they're on that line where. If you use the technology you have
for a good reason,
it could potentially be incredibly smart and be the next generation of technology,
like the next generation of Galileos. I guess, stuff,
yeah,
in a sense,
yeah. So you're saying we could have another Renaissance?
That's what I think that might.
You said that.
Yeah, that's probably going to happen. I feel. I don't know if it will.
Where it's just a massive intake of information. I guess.
I don't know.
Then again, it's also weird to think about how what we are learning right now, like science and stuff like that, like science and technology now, is probably wrong.
Is it?
Because like you go back 100 years and what they knew about the world 100 years ago, they were sure that it was right.
Yeah.
And
it was.
And 500 years ago, 600 years ago, they didn't know.
That's really interesting.
About certain things at all.
Eventually we will, though, right?
You would never know that. You would never know if what you have is actually correct.
It's so weird to think about. That's why, I don't know, I've kind of adapted a more simple perception, you know?
Never think about the future because it hurts your brain.
Yeah, it really does. Like, it kind of scares me a little bit thinking of the universe and stuff. Like, I don't know.
Oh, man, I love thinking about the universe so much.
Like, so recently, what was I watching? I was watching a TED Talk, TEDx, like the thing.
Yep.
of a guy with a biological implants or whatever, so he could walk again.
Mm-hmm.
And like all of these things, like I had no idea about, but I watched like a 30-minute video on it, and I have a basic understanding.
Yeah, and
children, it was on YouTube, posted on YouTube on their channel. If my younger siblings just clicked on that video and listened to it for half an hour and actually understood it, I don't know if they're really at the capacity.
No, children are sponges, dude.
I know. Imagine like how much everyone could learn, but also how would that affect? It would make us a more like self-reflective society.
I guess,
because that's kind of how it is. If you look at kids that spend a majority of their time with computers rather than people,
they're molded to internet culture,
and they're more like spending time by themselves rather than with other people.
Yeah, I guess it opens up. There's a very high chance where children will be socially awkward that spend most of their time on the internet because
they didn't develop the skills to talk to people.
Social skills.
Yeah.
Necessarily. And I mean, voice chat over games isn't qualifying as...
Right, yeah. That's another interesting thing. Imagine how much more connected we are. 10 years ago, we weren't talking to Russian people.
Yeah, I know. People across... Even people...
Yeah.
Like, oh man, that's so weird to think about the fact that you couldn't have voice chat. And that's...
Imagine
that quote right there is something that defines this generation. It's so weird to think about something without voice chat. Like, that right there.
So, for instance, I was talking with my uncle.
Yeah.
Who's always been...
And
no, he's always been on like the curve, like right on the cutting edge of technological advances and stuff. Up until like the last few years, he kind of stopped. He does He's a computer dude. Is the best way to talk about it.
I get it.
And I was at the grocery store with him, and I met one of his friends, and they're kind of like us a little bit, how we would play video games.
Yeah.
And we meet some guy from another country, or another place in general, and form a friendly bond with them. Like, and they were talking about how the guy passed away, and like the other party, like the other guy that we met at the store. He was like so emotionally moved. He'd never met this person or seen what this guy looks like, but they formed such a relationship that when he heard about him passing away, which is obviously it's a very like sad thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's so weird. Like, if he never played video games with them, he wouldn't be.
He would not. He'd be like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, which is so like. It opens up an avenue for a different type of friendship in a way, right? A new relationship that wasn't possible before.
I just realized what I said. It's been like that. It's gonna sound so weird, but like this generation opens like a new door for like emotional connection. Like, because like you can talk to someone no matter what.
Yeah, you can meet someone on the internet and form a
very close relationship with them without even seeing them sometimes.
Yeah, like people have relationships over Skype.
Yo, God, yeah.
Yeah, which that wasn't possible in the 90s.
No.
Obviously. The closest you got was if you like opened up a phone book and tried prank calling someone you didn't know and then somehow like became friends with them.
Yeah. But I mean, people like meeting someone in like a video game, getting their Skyping them, and then forming a closer relationship with them, and then maybe even meeting them in real life and forming a real relationship with someone.
That was a weird thing I had to mentally get over, because like the whole thing about going to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And meeting those people, I was like, how this is gonna be so weird.
You're gonna know what Caboose
looks like. Yeah, his name's Phil. We can refer to him as Phil.
Alright, so we'll call... Well, no, I think we should...
Caboose, yeah, that's his username.
We should probably keep him as Caboose.
Phil.
Not Phil.
It doesn't matter.
Don't put his last name out.
I don't know his last name.
Alright, good.
But it's so strange. Like, I would have met all these people, and... I don't know, it was kind of scary in a way.
Mm-hmm. Because, like... Well, I mean... You get to see the different... Because Caboose has a wife, and...
No, he doesn't have a wife. They're not married, but he has a child with a woman who lives with him.
So I mean, he's an
adult.
He's a grown ass man.
Yeah.
But like, and then there are people in FDS that are children, literal children.
I got in at 12.
Yeah, so
I lied and said I was 13. So it's like our little thing.
Yeah.
So that was
But I mean, yeah. So like, the difference.
Dude.
Oh man, what were we even like?
What I was doing when I was 12 I have a 12-year-old brother as well.
Yeah.
And what he's doing is so.
Who, Aiden?
Yeah, adversely different. I was, I was going through ranks in a online clan. I like I don't know. People are different. I guess that's just another thing entirely.
Here, let's go back a few more years than just 3 or 2, and let's go to when you were 8, compared to what Aiden was doing when he was 8.
How?
And what Antonio will be doing when he is 8.
Exactly. That's the thing. I was up until recently. I guess once everyone literally just got on board with the whole sit in your bedroom on a computer thing, I was outside every day with my friends. We were having experiences which I look back at incredibly fondly. Yeah, like one of my older friends who I'm not necessarily friends with closely now. Like, we still talk and we're acquaintances, but we're not friends necessarily. That's the same way with me.
Whereas, oh man, I would go out like every day or
all day.
Like, oh yeah, all day. You get home from school and you don't go to your house. You drop your backpack off at their house.
Yeah, it's
you spend all day with them. You eat at their house sometimes, and then you might not even go home.
Yeah, I want to be really kind of emotional right now. When I got to that realization that that's never going to happen again, I was incredibly deeply sad.
It might happen again.
I don't think it will happen again.
It might not, but I mean, with portable devices.
What?
Like, the rebirthing of handheld devices, I guess. Because now, like, with the Apple Watch and stuff like that coming out.
But you're not hanging out with them all. It's not the same thing. Or
it would not be the same thing because technology would be a very large part and people would be on their phones.
I'm also it's kind of an age thing, but I always hung out with older kids because that's just how I am.
Me too, yeah.
So when they were my age, they were doing it, but like now that I'm their age when I was younger, I'm not doing that because no one is willing to participate in that sort of activity.
Yeah, because no one wants to. Because no one wants to actually go outside.
Exactly.
It makes me angry, yeah. It makes you emotionally distraught when you realize that...
Makes me angry, makes me sad.
Makes me angry, makes me sad. Like this if you cry every time.
Yeah, so yeah, Aiden, what he did while we were playing outside, he was younger and we were like very physical because it was mostly boys. It was one girl, which was my sister.
Now look at her.
I don't know what that means. But no, like, we were just, like, Aiden was too small, and he always got hurt, so he just stayed inside. So maybe we're the reason he's so internal, but I don't think that's true.
I
think it's more just because the computer is easier.
Does that bring up... Well, no, it doesn't really bring up, like, the way... Like, the way that you're treated as a child and how your friends treat you and that kind of stuff is completely different now because over the internet, you act different. It's probably...
And there's anonymity as well. So, Matt?
Yeah.
He's been telling people he's 18 since he was 13, and no one can prove it because he was playing RuneScape, which is a MMORPG. Mm-hmm. So he's just like, yeah, I'm 18. Everyone believed he was 18, and no one knew the difference. Like, that's kind of weird too. You could completely libel the person or about yourself,
who you are and what you are.
Catfishing and stuff too.
Yeah, which you did. You've done to me.
That was funny.
That was funny.
But yeah. And what else? There's so much different.
Yeah, I know. You can just like... man, it's so different now. And it will be so different.
Here's actually... It's so different for middle-class families. Because, I don't want to say anyone out, but a friend that I went to his house... It is so different at his house because, instead of being on their phones, they don't have computers and stuff at their house. It's more urban, and he like they have a TV in his room. That's about it, and like it's just so better. I like it better that way. I like it that way. That's,
really?
Yeah, that's how I like. I will maybe not live. No, it's like simpler. It's more down to earth. And
This is good because I am
the opposite.
not necessarily the opposite, but I am the other way. Whereas I believe that a certain amount of technology is almost necessary now because of like
Because how we've adapted.
yeah, and you can go to college online.
Yeah. What?
But like that, it's opened up a large. It's like it's completely started a new age of people and things because now you can do everything online.
Literally, you got a boat license off
Online,
right?
yeah. And I mean, like, oh man, you can.
It's almost ridiculous.
You can now literally live your life in your house. You could work at home.
Yeah, work at home.
Get your money.
Home.
Get money sent to your account. Pay
Yeah.
with a credit card for everything and have it delivered to your house and never leave.
Yeah, the only time you leave is to buy your computer.
to buy.
No, well, you don't even have to buy.
No,
it.
because you could
Borrow
order it online with your
whatever.
phone.
Exactly.
You would need to leave
Eventually
to get the things, but once you had a computer,
never
you would
leave.
never need to leave.
Yeah, Amazon ships food to certain places, I think.
And you can go to plenty of other websites that can ship food as well.
Which is that's amazing. It's good and bad, I think.
At the same time,
it's a double-edged sword.
You could be a total shutout.
Yeah. Do you know I don't expect you to know this person, but Maddox, he's been famous on the internet since like the early ages.
Nope.
Of the internet.
Nope.
But and he has like a show now. And I was watching a interview with him on a Machinima channel.
Yeah.
And I kind of share the views that he had. He said the worst invention ever was was touch screens and phones. I'm kind of the same way. I like physical buttons way better than
I don't.
I like physical buttons. That's how
like
I am.
with my phone, I literally don't even have to touch the screen. If I use that stylus, it knows where it is if I hover it above the screen. And I think that's awesome. That is amazing to me.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of hypocritical of me to say that because
you
for a long time, like I have a channel where it was like specifically aimed at technology.
Yeah.
And I love technology. Like I love technology. It's just like I just don't like touch screens. I don't like phones in general. Like I like if we just stopped at flip phones, that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. Flip phones are perfect.
Yeah, I guess, and you would never know that there could be anything better. So technically, like
you never.
But I don't know. I feel the opposite. Whereas I think that we should be able to get even farther than that and go like Iron Man, where it's projected images.
Yeah. Well, that's
hovering. It's not even a screen
no, that's
anymore.
so cool. Microsoft. I mean, they at the recent like tech CES, Computer Expo, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. Who cares?
Showed off like a virtual reality like glasses that
you can interact with the environment.
You can interact with your world, and you can put stuff in the world. Like you can put a TV on a wall where there's no TV because through your glasses you see the TV there.
Yeah.
And like they showed Minecraft, real life. That would be awesome.
That would be
you like
awesome.
Reach out and you like pull up the blocks yourself. That'd be cool.
But oh man, that'd be so
weird.
That would be really, really weird.
Like it's kind of those it wasn't even work in progress at the moment. It was like a
concept.
Yeah, a concept idea. That's like 2020.
Oh yeah, like years and years in the future.
5 years is 2020. Oh my god,
like,
do you even know that? That's ridiculous.
Holy crap! But like, we don't even know how far into the future it is technically because someone right now could come out with some amazing technological advancement, and it would like launch us forward 100 years or something, and we would just be in the future.
Exactly. But you
but
also
that's the
have to
thing with
think,
technology.
People from the 80s or whatever,
Mhm.
you see the artwork that they're like the 20th century, and we're
Yeah.
like flying around in cars and stuff.
Yeah.
Which they do. They have working models of flying cars. Currently.
Insert Back to the Future.
Skateboards,
2?
hoverboards. I don't know.
Was
yeah.
it back where they were in 2000?
2015.
Were they really in 2015?
They're in what we are right now, except.
They thought that they were going to be flying cars.
Yeah.
And like.
Well, hover cars.
Yeah.
I think not
flying cars.
They were flying.
Yeah, they were flying.
Except they still dressed like it was the 90s.
Well, yeah.
Obviously.
And like, but oh man, like, and what we imagine now is.
Well, we kind of have some of that stuff in a way.
I guess.
We probably could have that if we went towards it, but there's no real need to have a hover car. There's
We have hover trains.
Yeah, there's no practical
The
use for a car, though.
the maglev.
Yeah.
Where it's literally floating.
That's
electromagnetic
that's practical,
pulses.
though. Because
Yeah,
it reduces friction and stuff.
Yeah. But, like, well, no, there is technically...
We would save rubber on tires.
And we would save fuel because there would be zero friction.
Oh, yeah, good point. That's a good point.
There would be nothing... I like how you said this is going to be a short episode. There is going to be... If we had the ability to make, like, floating cars or hovering cars...
That would be awesome, obviously.
It would probably change the economy.
Would it make Well, yeah. Oil would probably be
Much less, because
expensive,
we wouldn't need
as much.
But,
that's another good point of politics and everything. We need the oil to be expensive for everything to work. Pretty much.
But, so everything, technically, everything has to move together. There can't be one massive jump in something.
No, I think that's the only way it has to go. Is one
massive jump and then everything has to catch up?
Kind of, because it's the only way. If we do it too slow, then no one's going to catch on.
Well, no, but it doesn't have to go slowly. It just has to move together.
Well, yeah. I get it.
Relatively, it can't be like we
Look
come
at,
out. We can't come out with a flying car, and then it takes 20 years to discover that the universe isn't infinite. Like it wouldn't work because.
Well, no, that would work.
How?
We could have flying cars right now, technically.
I guess.
If the road...
If the roads were magnetically charged, yeah.
Yeah, so... But, what was I thinking? I forget now. Jesus.
Oh, man. The awkward silence.
Oh, my God, I can't even remember. So, like, if we had... Like, I don't know. That's the only way I see it working is one big push. It's like... You wait, like, 1 month time span, and everything's different, pretty much. Because the way that everything works, we would need, like, a guy, one person, like, a revolutionary, kind of, in a way. Like, revolutionizes the way that we think.
Like an Einstein? We need another Einstein?
Well, yeah, I guess I mean...
We need another Galileo.
Someone like that.
What you're saying is basically need another Renaissance. We need that.
I don't know why I keep saying that, but that's how I feel.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the only way it's going to work, is if we get... And those, as you know, those people were put to death for their thinking.
Because they thought that the universe didn't orientate? I don't even know.
Because the church said, no, Earth is in the middle, sun goes around us. And
then he scientifically
disproved it.
Yeah.
And then hundreds of years later, we finally pick up that information and we're like, yeah, that sounds right. So that's what's going to happen. Someone has to make a sacrifice for the better.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure we now physically have evidence that it's not.
Well, no,
it's
not
not.
specifically
It sounds
that,
right, but like
if we say something like that, makes no sense. You hear something like that, you're like, this guy is crazy.
Insane, but he could be right, and that's what I was saying earlier.
But who's going to get on board with him? Is what that. Like
whoever got on board, there are always going to be. Look at the people who believe in the Illuminati.
Yeah, I know
that.
But like,
I'm not downing those people. I'm just saying that is
an idea
type of people that believe in an idea, and it could be proven. You never know.
But Edward Snowden, for example,
Yeah.
he believed that the government should be the way that it is told to us it should be, instead of lying. And I don't know exactly what it was. He was like exposing government lies or something.
He sold private information to foreign governments.
But because he thought that it was unconstitutional or something.
Mainly Russia, right?
Yeah, I don't know. But he was going to be sentenced to death for his thinking that America should be free and we shouldn't lie to the populace, which is how it should be, really.
To the public. But I mean,
populace.
I guess
which is
the populi.
We could die. Like, the people that are free like, in a way...
Free thinkers are...
always going to be, like, set to death, I guess.
Like... But that's not always America, either, technically. I mean, we're the worst with it, but...
I like it and I don't like it.
I mean, look at the Middle East. If you disagree with anything in the Middle East...
Yeah, so that's, like, another thing. Like, you can't have flying cars and still
and then have
people
being beheaded because they don't believe in a god in the Middle East.
Or, like, a woman wanting to learn. We can't have people still thinking like that and also advance the entire world into, like...
Yeah, like, oh yeah, in America they have flying cars, but they're still murdering women because they want to go to school.
Yeah, exactly. But how do you go about stopping that?
America! We try to do that, but it's possible.
It's not working, obviously.
It's not possible. I don't think
it's possible.
I don't believe that we will ever be able to.
Isn't that a sad thought?
That is a sad thought, but that's just how the world works.
No, who else
people
is
are messed up.
Yeah. Well, that's our spiel.
I guess like this video. Holy crap!
We've been just going.
Oh my god. Okay.
Any last words? Any last words?
Drink lots of water. Eat your vegetables.
I meant about the.
Oh. Oh man. So technically, information age. I'll put a link for cloning glass. I'll put a link probably directly to A Day Made of Glass.
A Day Made of Glass. I don't know what that. Okay. Yeah.
I'll do it. Yeah. We'll do some other stuff. We'll kind of see if we can put some links to references that we made, stuff like that. But
probably not.
Yeah, we probably will.
Oh well, actually, just to wrap up, we have like 3 minutes to talk about this.
Yeah.
You were saying we're on the same level as the the mindless video game YouTuber.
Yeah.
In a way, I don't agree with that.
No, I didn't say that. I meant like comparing us to comparing. Comparing us to comparing. Yeah, totally. Comparing us to a channel that does pure information. Like, I know Vsauce basically copies Wikipedia,
but they're good. They bring it to a wider audience.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying, is that us just talking about our opinions compared to factual information is completely different.
Yeah, I agree, but like, I don't know, it's entertainment.
It is entertainment.
I think it's better entertainment than... It gets you more... It's more thought-provoking than... Oh my god!
Yeah.
I found diamonds.
Yeah, I guess.
In my opinion.
In my opinion as well.
I'm very outright against those people.
If we had a video of this show, holy crap. So different.
I don't understand.
If it wasn't just a podcast.
How would it change it?
Because being able to see your reaction to things and stuff like that.
I guess, yeah.
Alright.
We're going to wrap up, I guess.
We are going to wrap it up.
I don't want to, but...
I don't want to either. I mean, oh man, we shouldn't do 3 weeks of...
stuff in a row.
Of this in a row. We'll come back to this in a few weeks, I guess, or something.
Probably.
If something new comes out, we'll see.
Oh, so back to like just something, giving you guys a short update. We are going to do a Christmas a Christmas album.
A Christmas mixtape.
Yeah.
So
look out for that in the Christmas time. We're also gonna plan to do Easter episodes, Halloween episode.
Oh yeah, we'll do holiday shit.
Stuff.
Stuff.
As Mr. Colby says. Alright, so...
Alright, thank you very much for watching, again.
This was good.
Yeah,
I feel good about this.
I do.
Stop it in like 30 seconds.
Thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week. Have a wonderful Wednesday.
You too.
I'm talking to them.
Bye-bye.
Right. See you guys.